I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room.
Uff. Was ist das denn für ein Raum? So
When
ultra
Edie told people
zugestellt.
Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't. Her room was like a museum. For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind.
Es geht tatsächlich um einen Fluch, okay?
But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea. Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house. Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways. Louis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him.
Hier ist so viel in diesem Zimmer, das ist einfach unglaublich. Gruselig auch, ne? Natürlich auch sehr faszinierend einfach. Aber... Oh, da ist noch was.
Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious.
Was? Ein Mole Man? Das ist doch so ein Maulwurfsmann, oder? Wenn man das übersetzt. So. Mir scheint die Familie normal. Meinst du? Also nicht unnormaler, als wir sowieso schon sind, oder? Okay, da rauskommen wir nicht.
Even in her 90s. Sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
Was ist das für ein Bad?
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife Kay left on the house was the pink bathroom.
Ach du Scheiße. Ich weiß nicht, was gerade gruseliger ist, das Spiel oder dieses Badezimmer. Gute Nacht, Nivo. Wir sind einfach unnormaler als sie. Wir verbergen unsere Natur hinter der Gesellschaft. Das stimmt.
It was a pretty big trace.
Ja, darf ich da jetzt rausgehen, bitte? Ich will nicht in den Spiegel gucken, das kannst du vergessen.
One summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, she was a celebrity. I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time.
Es geht aber anscheinend immer noch nicht weiter. Ich werde nicht in diesen Spiegel gucken, das könnt ihr vergessen. Das mache ich nicht. There's a Secret in This Bathroom bei Sven und Edith Finch.
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard.
Ich würde gerne rechts hochgucken. Ah, jetzt.
It's hidden in this book.
Alter, was ein Haus!
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished.
Will ja nichts sagen,
He
ne?
never put it
Aber
down.
Erik, wenn mich sowas bei dir erwartet, bin ich sofort wieder weg. Because I'm a little bit scared about the houses like that. Jetzt müssen wir noch kriechen, oder was? Oh, kriechen macht die Situation jetzt nicht unbedingt
From the
besser.
paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me.
Jesus, ja, aber ehrlich. Das ist ein schönes Zimmer.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin. And that he never talked about him. I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
Oh, wie süß das einfach ist. Oh, wie süß das einfach ist.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Sam! Calvin! Dinner's ready! Coming!
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible.
Können wir aufstehen? Ich möchte jetzt irgendwie auch sein Zimmer haben. Das war schon echt detailreich süß, oder? Das Spiel sieht schön aus. Ja, es ist sehr spannend und die Atmosphäre ist sehr gut. Können wir aufstehen? Oder sollen wir weiter schaukeln? Also die Grafik und überhaupt wie das so aufgemacht ist, das sieht sehr schön aus. Sehr farbenfroh auch. Und die Musik ist auch sehr schön. Ich bin echt so eine Schisserin. Ich erschrecke mich wegen
Maybe
allem.
if I hadn't said that.
Calvin! I'm not gonna tell you again!
Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up. then
ist mit
maybe
dem Wind?
he'd still be here. But I doubt it.
Hopp. Ich glaube, hier passiert nicht mehr viel, oder?
I think he'd already made up his mind.
Und hopp.
That's what I want to remember about my
Oh, du
brother.
kannst noch weiter schaukeln. Wow. Wie geil ist das denn? Wow, jetzt passiert gleich was. Wow.
The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Wow, das ist, ich habe gerade so Gänsehaut und ich weiß nicht, ob ich weinen soll.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
Wir hatten Spaß beim Schaukeln und wir konnten nicht anders als schaukeln. Und zwar so lange schaukeln, bis wir uns dazu entschieden haben, als Kind zu sterben. Wir haben uns aktiv dazu entschieden, zu sterben. Hallo Kera und hallo Domi. Springen ging nicht, nein. Das war tatsächlich so gewollt, dass du einfach weitermachst. Hauptsache wie echt die Physics ausschauen. Was für ein FSK hat das Game? Ich habe darauf nicht geachtet, keine Ahnung. Aber es ist gerade so, in einem Moment der Freude und im nächsten Moment einfach... Ich weiß gerade nicht, wie ich darauf reagieren soll. Du freust dich zu schaukeln und das sieht alles so unglaublich geil aus und auf einmal, er hat sich dazu entschieden, zu fliegen. Ja. Heftig. Heftig.
After the funeral,
Mir bleibt gerade ein
Edie
bisschen die
roped
Stimme
off
weg.
Calvin's
Sorry.
half of the room.
Das hat mich gerade ein bisschen getroffen. Emotionale
Mom said Grandpa
Crash.
Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
Als ob es hier im Kinderzimmer... Was ist das für ein Haus? Oh.
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Aber wir können hier gleich raus oder wir können hier noch gucken.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star. Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Oh,
Das
Jack
überraschende
here
Ende
with
der Barbara
another
Finch.
ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up, a has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room.
Boah,
So
Alter.
Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box.
Boah. Was? Ich steuere gerade das...
And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
Oh Gott.
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
Diese Musik, Alter.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
The old fridge rattled and grew still.
Gottes Willen.
Oh!
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you're...
She threw him out.
What?
She kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
Mir passt das nicht mit der Musik. Oh, yes. Oh nein, komm schon. Oh.
Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. And there he was. He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
That night, she played her part beautifully. She thought about abandoning Walter, but just couldn't do it.
Ich weiß nicht wohin. Hier vielleicht?
Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groaned. He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
Achtung. Ich gehe da runter und dann liegt er da nicht mehr. Oh nein, das ist doch so typisch. Das ist so schlecht.
The hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was...
Das war so klar und das war so schlecht. Das war einfach so dumm.
At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
What the?
Oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter? Hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard. But that's another story.
Boah,
As
Alter.
for Barbara, tucked inside the music box was all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Alter. Warum?
Edie told me all Barbara wanted
Was
was to
war
be
das?
remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
Ach, du stirbst doch Epsige. Oha. Hallo, Struppi. War ja kein bisschen gruselig gerade, oder? Kein bisschen. Das ist der normale Alltag? Das passiert halt eben so.
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
Okay. Wo wir wieder hier wären.
Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left.
Gut, was wir machen könnten, ist jetzt in den Keller gehen und gucken, ob es dort noch was zu entdecken gibt. Mit der Musikbox. Was war das? Hört ihr mich noch? Ist der Stream noch an? Irgendwas war gerade nicht richtig. Der Kürbistyp gefällt mir. Er hat die Lache meiner Familie. Boah. Ich weiß nicht, ob ich dort runter möchte. Ich check das Game noch nicht ganz. Sind das alle Leute, die in dem Haus bzw. auf dem Grundstück umgekommen sind? Ja, wir hören dich noch. Sehr gut. Das gilt es herauszufinden. Wir sind die letzte Überlebende dieser Familie. Und wir erleben jede einzelne Geschichte nochmal nach, um eben zu wissen, was mit unserem Fluch ist. Also, was das für ein Fluch ist, wie der entstanden ist und so weiter. Über das Spiel wirklich informiert habe ich mich nicht. Ich lasse mich durchs Spiel einfach leiten. Das war kostenlos und ja, warum nicht einfach mal ausprobieren, oder?
I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages. I thought maybe she was hiding presents. It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that.
Okay, es ist dunkel. Das mag ich nicht. Gratis für PS Plus. Ja, letzten Monat war es das.
I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could. If there's a pattern in all these stories, I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Unheimlich. Das ganze Haus ist nochmal mit gefühlt 3 weiteren Häusern unterbaut.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years. On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week.
Diese Interaktion, du musst das alles selber steuern. Mit verschiedenen Knöpfen und so. Richtig geil.
Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything. Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly.
Immer das Gleiche?
And then one day, everything just stopped. Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid. It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave. Well, I still can.
Oh Gott. Sieht nicht sehr lecker aus. Dosenpfirsiche sind lecker.
I know it's out there, somewhere. Whatever killed Barbara and Molly.
Okay, wir wissen, dass also irgendwo irgendwas
Calvin.
noch ist, aber...
Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me. Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it.
Hallo,
I'm going to appreciate
Bataris.
all of it, especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left. Or a month. Or a single week. I'd be happy with one new day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Was ist mit ihm passiert? Ist er verbrannt? An der Sonne?
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here.
Das gab's im... Ach so, dann vor 2 Monaten.
I'm sure my mom was trying to protect
So genau
me.
wusste ich das nicht mehr, sorry. Bin mir sicher, dass Mom mich beschützen wollte, aber wovor? Was passiert hier? Und wovor muss man beschützt werden?